good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your homeboy Wordplay TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all. And we're live.
Yeah. What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your homeboy Wordplay TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all.
We back.
Yes, and we have an excellent show for you today. We are going to review. We're actually going to do our No Rhyme or review of Ab-Soul's Soul Burger. It's his 6th studio album out now on TDE. It's on all streaming services available, and it was released on November the 8th, 2024. So it's dedicated to his late friend, Dough Burger, who passed away in 2021. And so we're going to talk about the themes, the production, our favorite tracks, and then we're going to give our arbitrary rating at the end in order for you to really understand what we feel about this album. So if you're ready to rock, we're ready to go. What did you think about the themes for Soul Burger?
The themes felt more like Herbert Part 2. I think Herbert was introspection to like how he was feeling post-COVID, post like a lot of things that were kind of going on in his life, post his breakup with Yara Sanchez and like a lot of different things. So this felt like theming of this is how he was dealing with the death of his friend Dough Burger. Like there are suicide attempts and other things that he talks about on this album, and it was a trip, so to speak.
Yeah, for me, I think it's more about it is a continuation. So I agree in that piece. I think it's a continuation of death.
Yes.
And dealing with death as a realistic concept. And Ab-Soul has done his best work whenever he reflects on death, right? So the passing of his
Alori Joe.
Yeah, his late girlfriend, Alori Joe, long time ago on Control System. And then you have his interaction with a suicide attempt on trigger warning. Sorry, I apologize. I'll bleep that out for YouTube. But taking his own life on Herbert, and then now dealing with the death of his friend in 2021. It just kind of seems that kind of death surrounds Ab-Soul in some ways.
Yeah, I was thinking about that myself. It also kind of deals with the aftermath of those things. He talks about the damage that he sustained from the attempt. He talks about coming out on the other side and trying to make Soul Burger or Dough Burger proud. And it exists in a place where I think he really is trying to build himself up to be the artist that he can be.
Yeah, and I think oftentimes artists second guess the artist that they can be.
Yeah,
and that act of second guessing or not moving within that intuition, and we even hear it on the skit somewhere in the middle of the album. Like he's told that by his partner that you got it. What are you worried about? What do you know what you're channeling. You know what you got. You know that you're here for this, and what's meant for you is going to be meant for you.
Yeah.
And that's what's most appropriate, I think, when it comes to the theming on this project. What else do you have? Is that it?
The other theming that I got was just have fun. And kind of like with your rapping, when you are a lyrical rapper, you can often feel boxed into a certain category. So I think on this album, he tried to expand himself. And you can see that in the theming when he talks about what Doberger wanted from him is a lot of his music, in terms of some of his homeboys, they wouldn't listen to it because it wasn't catered to them. It was catered to he's a rapper's rapper. So I think that the theming of like having fun and kind of like trying to make more music that's catered for the average listener or a newer listener was very well put throughout this album.
I think Herbert had a better showing of that for me, and some other albums. What's the one with the
Do What Thou Wilt?
No, I'll think about it in a second. It's kind of the one with the kind of Jesus pose on the cover for Ab-Soul.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. But ultimately, I think the Black Lip Pastor shows up the most on this album
These days.
These days, thank you. And it shows up a lot because there's a lot of metaphors that are surrounded with God, surrounded with Christ, surrounded with church, spiritualism, and just being overall in the setting of in the presence of God. You know what I mean? That comes out a lot in his words, and so I appreciate that about this piece of work.
Yeah.
It's grounded, and so it doesn't feel like Christian rap. It feels like I'm a Christian just existing in Carson, California.
I like that. So jumping off theming,
Yeah.
let's get into this production because I think there was a lot of moving pieces. And I was kind of impressed, but also underwhelmed at the same time.
Okay. Why were you underwhelmed? Let's start with that first.
Ab-Soul normally has more than like 2 or 3 like songs that I think are like really club hits to me. Even if the lyricism is something that like will go over people's heads, so therefore it doesn't actually become a club hit. Here, I feel like there was not as much boom, or not as much like there wasn't as much 808s. There wasn't as much like things kind of hitting and in that.
There was only one record, and that was all that.
Yeah. Like, all that, because even Bucko Jr., I like that for a different reason, which is what I'm realizing now.
Yeah. But all that is like, I'm outside.
Yeah. And so I was looking for a little bit more when he was talking about making songs for the people. You look for, oh my goodness. I don't know what happened there.
It's the second episode where you've just
like
ghosted.
Shut down. My voice goes.
Yeah, you know that sound? I'm gonna put that in the edit.
But I was looking for a little more oomph.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed this album a lot. But that was my thing with the production. But shout out to like Ninth being on this album on California Dreams. Schoolboy Q has some credits.
Tay B, Soundwave.
Yeah.
Terrace Martin.
Again, shout out Terrence Martin. Whenever Terrence Martin pops out, and I normally associate him with Lupe for whatever reason. Don't know why.
Not okay. Not soundtrack. Okay.
Like, well, no, soundtrack, yes, but Terrence Martin has done some things with Lupe. But anyway, Terrace. I'm doing Coldplay bars over here. Wow. Either way, that's what I meant.
Yeah. I know what you meant.
And what's funny is I am a Ab-Soul stan in the same way that I'm a Lupe stan, because they basically fit within the same mold. Ab is my favorite one from TDE. So when it comes to his production, there is a certain level that I'm like expecting. And I think he got right up to it, but I also think he could have took it further.
Yeah. For me on the production, I believe that this was a little out of pocket. Is a little bit more like avant-garde, not an experimental, so it didn't escape hip hop, but the soundscapes were very simplistic and not driving, right? So they had a lot of kind of chill. I can play this on a car ride.
Yeah.
20, 30 minutes away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Where there was something else that I think I was also missing from the production, and I think that's the like the cohesiveness of everything connecting together. And we're just coming off of like Tyler's album. We talked about Doechie's album and the connectivity between the tracks. I didn't necessarily feel that here. Mm-hmm. You would have the moments where Doe Burger would like where he popped up. You would have the conversations, but it didn't feel the same kind of cohesion between songs.
Yeah, for me, this wasn't getting dressed up and going out. Mm-hmm. This was like, I'm going to work.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. So, kind of moving on to this part of the conversation, what's your favorite track here?
Bucko Jr.
Okay. Why?
It is a homage to BM Jr. or Birdman Jr. off the Carter One from Wayne. And Carter 2 is my favorite Carter, but that is one of my favorite songs from Wayne. One of the first songs that I like just dived in, learned all the lyrics. So hearing Soul do his take on that, flip all of these different references, have let me actually look at the song to see who he had doing the Birdman part. Because I don't know. Well, whoever that was, shout out to him. Because that's an integral part of the song is like there is no chorus and it's just Birdman talking.
Yeah.
In between like when Wayne would like start rapping. So the song just really pulls me in, gets me hype, brings me back to a certain era while having a beat that is modern. Mm-hmm. And his pockets of flows, the way he borrows Wayne's flow but makes it his own is incredible to me because that's hard to do when you're paying homage. To not like make somebody just feel like they're re-listening to that song.
Was that Doe Burger?
It might have been.
It may have been. It may have been. He's credited as a writer, so
yeah. And I appreciated that a lot.
Yeah.
So that's why that is my favorite song because I think Ab was really, really in his pocket. Mm-hmm. I would have picked Peace with him and Lou, but I didn't.
I'm gonna fix your mic.
I didn't.
A lot of P's in there.
Oh, I didn't listen to it enough.
Pushing P's. Anyway,
stop it, Aubrey.
Yeah. So I just think that I would have wanted. I could have gone with. Oh my gosh. Man, my brain in the freezing and the shutdowns. Is this what 30 is? Is this what 37 is?
Yes. So never mind your honorable mentions because this is about favorite tracks.
Yeah, that one. Well, favorite track, like more than another one?
So, no, this
or just
no
one favorite track. Because you said you put an S on there.
I will take that S away. Give me that S.
Yeah. What's your favorite track?
9 Mile.
Oh, start.
The intro was pretty incredible lyrically, and so I felt that was the best rap showing on this album.
Yeah.
It was just incredibly intricate. I like that he's talking to himself as he's making it through. I feel like he brought down the music in order for people to hear him purposefully, and so that's really important. That was a very important style technique that I think is pretty effective for this record. So 9 Mile all the way.
I also like the "It Ain't Hard to Tell" like Sonic Lil Homie. Yeah, that's my favorite line. I think of the album because it's a quick little like jab, but it's so layered in a certain way, and I was like, that's just the way he works words in that way. How he does alliteration is immaculate to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to 9 Mile and Bucko Jr.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, another restart. What are y'all thinking about your favorite tracks, or what are your favorite tracks? I really want to know down in the comments. What did you think about the theming and the production and all of that? Because we are now at our arbitrary rating.
Yeah.
So what you got?
I have 3 out of 5 orange sodas.
For Kel, because you are all that.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Good burger.
What's funny is I was about to say I have 3.75.
Nigga.
I have
what?
Four. I have 4. I'll go to 4. I'm not gonna be a jerk. I have 4 good burgers. 4 good burgers. Kind of get your orders. Out of 10, there just was a little bit more than
out of 10.
Been done. Or out of 5. Oh my god! Wow, it got worse.
What's going on here?
I don't know. I'm trying to get.
You doing
together.
Fractions?
I am.
You adding 5 more stars? Like, what is going on?
It's arbitrary, but yeah, 4 out of 5 good burgers. Good album. Could have been a little bit better. I can't wait to see what he does next. Not to be that person when you drop an album that day ago,
right?
But I think he's on a good roll, especially not waiting like 4 years for the next album. Like 2 years in between these albums is crazy work for TDE.
That's a decent amount of time, and he's been busy, and I'm sure he's with Kendrick cooking up anyway.
Yep. TDE is on a roll this year. Shout out to TDE, PG Lang. Since it'll be gone by the time next week comes out, shout out to Doechii for all of your Grammy nominations.
Shout out to Not Like Us.
Shout out to Not Like Us. And I predicted it. I'm telling you right now, Doechii's winning. I'm gonna say it again. And TDE is in like position to be one of the best, if not the best, label for rappers that we've had. Like multiple rappers. Like most, I think any other record label maybe has 1 or 2 like all-star cast. Like they got a plethora, if you will.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? Are you interested in Grammy season or anything like that? Let us know down in the comments. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you can get notified for anytime we drop one of these videos. Like, comment, subscribe, all this stuff. A 1, a 2, and peace. I almost started hitting buttons. I was like, it's not me to hit the buttons.